So actually, did you see that questions I sent you like one book? Did you read it?
Hello?
Did you read the questions like yesterday?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
read it. Okay, so that would be absolutely fine. So here we go.
Okay.
So 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 huh? Next side over. Okay, guys, today we are going to record for physics Olympiad. So if you are applying for a physics Olympiad, so first question comes in our mind, what is physics Olympiad? So we have got Hamlet here. He won the gold medal for his country 3 times. So here's the first question for you. What is physics Olympiad?
So physics Olympiads are competitions for high school students who are interested in physics to show their physics skills, like to actually learn more about the physics during the high school. For example, if you would like to, learn more than your high school physics curriculum, joining the physics Olympiads would really help because the subjects in the physics Olympiads are actually subjects that you would normally learn in the first or second year of college if you are studying physics. So, students from high schools all around the world, from almost any country in the world, actually they attend these organizations where every year there is one international physics Olympiad in another country. Every year a different country organizes it, and students gather in this country for 1 week, and they go through two different exams that are part of the physics Olympiads. First part is the theoretical exam. In the theoretical exam, actually, students are asked 3 questions and given 5 hours. So these questions are, let's say, can you calculate the, you know, can you calculate the if the moon is removed from Earth's orbit, how would the behavior of the waves change? You wouldn't have the waves anymore. And so, it actually wants you to go through all the calculations to come up with an answer to this question. Or, in terms of the experimental part, they give you an experimental kit and you need to calculate some physical constants that are part of our nature using these experiments. So these two parts comprise the physics Olympiads, and each country actually has their own processes to select the students, 5 students per country. So each country has their own processes to select the students and send them to those international Olympiads, which is organized in different countries.
Okay, so guys, Hamid is from Turkey. So how things work in Turkey for physics Olympiad, and just give a highlight, like how to get selected into IPHO. So I think you can do it like that.
Yeah. So in Turkey actually. There are 4 elimination steps. The first one is like a 25 questions test. You have 4 different choices. It's like the first stage, so they didn't make it very hard. And students from any high school can attend this first stage. And after the first stage, usually 50 students are selected to proceed to the second stage. And in the second stage, there is a physics camp where students who got into those first 50 spots in the exam are invited to. And in this physics camps, professors from all over the Turkey are actually teaching the subjects that are a little bit further than their usual curriculum. Now, for the first time, they learn about quantum physics or electrodynamics, stuff like that. And there is another exam, of course. in each stage there is an exam. In this exam, they give actually medals to students. Like the first 2-3 students get the gold medals for Turkish National Olympiads, and then 4-5 students get silver, and 6-7 students get bronze. So although they are called like gold, bronze, silver, usually they give more than one to each student. So if you see someone who has, let's say, a bronze medal in physics Olympiads, it doesn't mean they were the third. Maybe they were 17th, depending on the size of the competition. But anyways, after this second stage, what happens is from 50 the number is reduced down to 20, and then now there are two more stages, and there are additional camps where students are actually taught the experimental skills to compete in the experimental part of the International Physics Olympiads when they go there. So there's another exam. Now the number is reduced down to 10, and then there is one final stage after it's reduced down to 10, and then in this stage the overall number of students are reduced to 5, which are the ones that are sent to the International Physics Olympiads. And there's also one substitute student usually, like who goes there in case someone couldn't make it, or like someone got sick the last week before the physics Olympiad, so they cannot actually go to the other country. In those cases, that sixth guy actually goes with the team. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the physics Olympiad election process in the Turkey. Actually, I heard it got a little bit different right now, but yeah, that was the system in Turkey when I was there. So.
Okay. So you are living in USA since 7 or 8 years. So can you just give a highlight on USA Physics Olympiad? I think a lot of students will apply to USA Physics Olympiad, and I think we are working on USA College admission. So I think it would be better if you can give us a highlight on USA Physics Olympiad, how things work. So learn about it.
So in terms of USA Physics Olympiads, actually, I don't know, like much about the actual structure of it. Like how many examinations do they go through, or like what are they taught. But I think like in every country it's the same, in that way that like first you have an exam where everyone can enter. That's like the first stage, and then after this exam some students are selected, the one like on the top, let's say 10%, and then they go through other examination process. So pretty much in any country that's like that. But of course, depending on the population, the number of exams might differ. I heard that in China, for example, the students go through like tens of exams, like tens of different levels. I know how true it is, but yeah.
So guys, basically, if you are applying for physics Olympiad, so every country have, I think, 10 levels. It depends upon the country how the things work. And generally, there are 4 to 5 levels which you have to clear it. And that level is that level is generally high school. If you have to be on the top in your high school. I think only 4 or 5 students from one school are not selected for the second level. So that's how the things work. So we have discussed what is physics Olympiad, why one should take it, and its basic structure for country. So okay, next question is who takes physics Olympiad? Like what is the organization? Like which organization takes physics Olympiad test, and like why they do so? And suppose if you win physics Olympiad, so how it can help you in career as in college?
Oh, so which organizations actually like care about the physics Olympiad? Was that the question?
Which organization held this test? Like which organization take this test?
Oh, which organization organizes the physics Olympiads?
Yeah.
So like there is an organization called like, I think IFO organization. So they organize the physics Olympiads every year. It's an organization, like the professors from each country actually has a voting right. So they decide where the organization will be uh, held next year. Not next year, but they decide from 5 years in advance. Let's say they know that in 3 years, for example, the Olympiads is gonna be in X country, and then in 4 years the organization is gonna be in Y country. So they basically decide those in their annual meetings.
Okay, okay, fine. So actually, professors decide this.
Yeah, professors from each country, like who are the top of their country's physics Olympiad organization, actually, becomes a part of this international organization,
Yeah.
which gives those decisions about the physics Olympiads.
So okay, so this is actually fine. So how taking part in physics Olympiad can improve as a career?
Oh,
Like
yeah. So the question is how joining the physics Olympiads or participating in the competitions can actually improve a student's career.
yeah,
How? Okay. So I think physics Olympiads could help students in couple ways. First, if they are really, like, if they are really successful in it, they could use it. They could use those successes to prove how good they are at physics to universities when they apply to it. That's pretty
yeah,
much what I did with MIT. So I mentioned them, like when you write essays, for example, one of my essays about physics Olympiads, and then like there's a part of the application where you mention your success, sort of like a resume, like what you did in your life. And then in those places also I mentioned, like I joined those international physics Olympiads, I went to these countries and got these medals. I think it really helps to prove yourself to the college that you are applying. You know, because like if they would like to get a student that's good at physics, the best place to pick from is the students who attended the physics Olympiads. Or like of course there might be other ways too. For example, there might be students who did very good physics related projects in the Intel ISEF competition, like project competition. That's another way, where you can find good physics students. But one of the best ways is to actually, select them from those international Olympiads. That's where physics Olympiads can really help you in your career, especially if you want to get into the top colleges in US. Another one that I think even more important than getting into colleges, succeeding in a college. So when you get into the college, and if you choose some subject that is even like remotely related to physics, you will realize that actually that fundamental physics knowledge you gain through the years that you prepared for Olympiad is gonna help you a lot. Let's say even if you are studying mechanical engineering, the those mechanics problems, like with the frictions, torques, and like where you have to calculate every detail of a system, mechanical system. Those are gonna help you a lot when you actually do your mechanical engineering assignments in the first 1 or 2 years, in the intro ones. And
it
then,
sounds great.
or if you are actually studying for electrical engineering, all the electrodynamics, like Maxwell's equations, like static electric, and all the things that you learn in your physics Olympiads career will actually help you understand the subjects much better. So I think that's a more important
Yeah.
advantage of the physics Olympiads.
So okay, this is time like it helps in further studies. Like when you're taking physics Olympiad, solving the complex physics problem is going to help in further studies. So like in every like most of the prestigious competitions provide scholarships or they just give cash prize. Like in 10 science fair give 75,000, or like in Google Science fair there is also cash prize money. So is there any cash prize money or something like that for physics?
So actually, for international physics Olympiads, strangely there is not. So like, International Physics Olympiads organization is a non-profit, so they don't have a lot of resources. and they don't give money to winners. But I think in some countries, let's say when it was organized in Mexico, some sponsors from Mexico might only award, like few students that they select, like the top, like for example, like the overall absolute winner, not anyone with a gold medal, but like among the gold medalists, one of them has the highest score. They might give some awards to these guys with the sponsor help. But what happens is each country actually has a way of rewarding their own students who got medals in the international Olympiads. Like for example in Turkey, if you have a gold medal from international Olympiads, they will give you a money that is around like $3,000 right now. I think $4,000, something like that. Oh wait, actually they increased it recently. Now I think they give like $6,000, something like that. But yeah, so if you get a gold medal, you can get some money from your own country. Uh, yeah, that's sometimes that helps financially, especially if you are applying to
So,
colleges.
so basically, it depends upon country like how they reward their students. So the IPH organization don't give any
Exactly.
scholarship.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, IFO organization doesn't give any financial awards, but your own country, if you are successful at IPHO, your own country will reward you.
so basically, like what is the result? Like what? So I think if you look in short, this discussion is basically about introduction of Physics Olympiad. Everyone in high school students can take part in it, and how it can be helpful in your career. So basically, in Physics Olympiad, you should solve complex physics problems and study theoretical physics. So if you are taking engineering as a major and in engineering, it would help. It would be helpful in your career, whether you are winning or not. Suppose if you are a winner of Physics Olympiad, whether it's bronze medal, silver medal, gold medal, it is going to be helpful in getting admission in colleges.
Yes.
So, and and it depends upon your country, like if they will give you any reward or something like that for winning. So I think that was the introductory part of Physics Olympiad. Next we will prepare. Next topic will be how we to prepare for Physics Olympiad, and we will suggest you the online resources, books, and simply how much time do you need to study, how you can manage your time. So basically our next recording will be about how to prepare for Physics Olympiad. So it was great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sid.
Yeah, stop recording.